checking the forecast, things looking crazy. A storm on the horizon, the pressure is low. Gotta get moving, put on a show. The news is all buzzing, state of alert, but we've got a plan, we're ready to work. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. See a little fire or a rising flood, we're a well-oiled machine, we're running in the mud. From the city hall meetings to the rescue teams, turning worst case scenarios into hopeful dreams. We're training the people, stocking the gear, we're the team you can count on when trouble is near. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. It's more than a job, it's a calling, you see. Prepared for the present and what's yet to be. Every second counts, we're ready to react for our communities. We're making an impact. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. Yeah, we're picking you up, we're ready to go. EMA, let's get this show on the road.
Can we get this show on the road, guys? I think we shall. This is Ron Tyler with the Emergency Management Associates, guys. We're here for you all day long, 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. How about that, guys? We're ready to work. We're ready to call. We're ready to do everything when everything starts to fall. Guys, we're here for you. We're coming to you from the, not from the Pacific Northwest, not from the area, well, we are here from the area command, but we're not from the high desert of the U.S. Mountain West. We're here at the area command 365 days a year here in North Carolina. We're here for you all day long, 392 miles west of Kitty Hawk Beach, North Carolina. We're here for you guys. How are you today, guys? How are we doing? We got quite a few people here. Carol's here. Welcome, Carol. Welcome. Ken Zoe's here. Berlinda's here. Demon Catman's here. Guys, we got it all here. Solar Dance is here. Thank you all for being here, guys. We appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much. Guys, let's talk about earthquakes, okay? Let's talk about what has happened during the past 24 hours since we've been here on the channel. Let's look at this. Oh, come on. Just a second, I had to readjust my broadcast software. They're still screwing me up here. Okay, I got it. just southeast of the Kamchatka Peninsula of Russia, right here. Okay, you guys got it. Let's take down our banner here so you can see what I'm talking about. Just southeast of the Kamchatka Russia Peninsula, there is another 4.5 moderate earthquake here. This is 21, 22 miles deep here. South of there, near the volcano here, near the Abaco volcano, we have another 4.3 earthquake here in the Kuril Islands. Okay, let's go south to where we were yesterday morning and afternoon over here between Hokkaido and Honshu, Japan. Right here, we have another large, very large 5.7 earthquake. Very large 5.7 earthquake. This is also 22 miles deep. Just to the north there, this is a 4.6. Okay, south there, off the east coast of Honshu, Japan, we have another 4.7 moderate earthquake. These are aftershocks of the massive earthquake that we had here yesterday morning. Now, it's not the only earthquakes that are here. Just for kicks and giggles, let me bring up my other device. I had it all set before we came on the air, and all of a sudden something happened here. I don't know. But we're going to take a look at it nonetheless. Okay. Again, these are not the only earthquakes here. I'm first off going to show you on the EMSC map, the European map, this is the 5.7 earthquake that I pointed out a minute ago. That is a 5.7 moderate earthquake here, or very large earthquake here. There's others here. Off the east coast of Honshu, this is a 4.85 earthquake here. Okay. We have another earthquake closer to land here. Closer to I can't even pronounce this name. Hachinohe. Hachinohe, I believe it's pronounced. Hachinohe Mori, Japan. This is a 2.8 minor earthquake there. They don't even have this listed on the USGS map. That's a 2.8 minor earthquake there, aftershock. Just north of the 5.7. Here we have a 4.4 moderate quake, aftershock again. Okay, north of there, we have a 4.1 moderate aftershock there. And right just north of there, we have another 3.9, 4.0 right there. There's more. Two more. Here's a 4.3 moderate aftershock there. And one just to the northwest of that. This is a 4.3 aftershock there. Aftershocks continue raining in this area, all over this area. Again, this was at least an 8.0, possibly an 8.4, very, very, very dangerous major quake. Okay, so far today, okay, we've had 8 aftershocks. 8 aftershocks. Okay, actually 9. We have 9 aftershocks. I forgot that one just east of Honshu there. 9 aftershocks today. They keep happening because this was such a huge earthquake. Aftershocks probably will continue for years, months, even into years. We've seen that all around the earth when we have these kind of earthquakes here. Now, I'm going to show you the rest of Japan. The United States Geological Survey is not showing you all their quakes ever. Okay, here's another one. Kushishima Village, Tokyo, Japan. This is a 3.0 small earthquake there. 3.0 small earthquake there. This is offshore. Okay, here's another 3.8 just south of there. USGS not showing you that. Then this one here. Okay, this one is in the bay here. Sumiya, Japan. This is a 2.7 minor earthquake there. Okay, let me zoom in here. Let me show you where this is. That's right in there. There's a 2.7 earthquake there. Okay, but again, they're not showing you everything. They never do. They never do. Let's go down to Luzon, Philippines. Let's go down south to Luzon, Philippines down here. Okay, right here. Right off the northwest coast of Luzon, Philippines. We have a 4.1 moderate earthquake there. 4.1 moderate earthquake right there. Okay. Then we go south to central Philippines. Okay. On the Philippine earthquake zone here, we have a 3.1 earthquake on the edge of the plate here, the edge of the tectonic plate. Okay. That's a 3.1 earthquake. Further to the west, okay, near the city of Bogo, Philippines. I mean, just this this map so you can see what I'm talking about. Right here, okay? This is a 3.1 small quake there. Guys, this is where we had a 6.4 earthquake here about a month ago. 6.4 earthquake here, we're still getting shocks here. This is a 3.1 earthquake off of Bogo, Philippines, 9 miles east of the city of Bogo, Philippines. Then we go down further south. Actually, before we do that, no, I already showed you that other quake. Let's go down here to Mindanao, Philippines. Okay, come on. Right here, Mindanao, Philippines. Right here. Okay. This is a 4.4 earthquake right there. 4.4 earthquake here. And again, USGS is not showing this. Mindanao, Philippines is the largest island of the Philippines. It's the island further south than the Philippines. Down south, 4 miles west of Aveyah, Philippines, we have another 3.3 earthquake here. Small earthquake right there. Right there, guys. There's where the 3.3 earthquake is. Then further south out here. Right here. This is the 3.1 small quake there. Okay. The Philippines is moving. USGS still is not showing what's going on. They rarely ever do. They can't do anything right, in my opinion. They can't do anything right, in my opinion, at all. Look here in Indonesia. This is a crying shame. This is a crying shame, guys. There are 51 earthquakes here in Indonesia today. 51 earthquakes here in Indonesia today. They don't show word one. They don't show any earthquakes at all here in Indonesia at all. Not one. Not one. We have to go offshore from northern Sumatra, Indonesia here. This is a 5.0 earthquake here. 5.0 earthquake off the northern shore of Sumatra, Philippines. That's there. South of that earthquake, again offshore from Sumatra. This is the 3.5 small quake here. There's more, quite a few more. See where it says Padang right there? Guess what? Where are we going? Just north of Padang, this is a 2.8 minor earthquake there. Just northeast of there, this is a 3.5 small quake there. Okay, south of Padang, this is a 3.6 earthquake here. Okay, we're not done. So off the coast of southwestern Sumatra, we have another 2.8 earthquake right there. South of there, Lampung, Indonesia, 2.7 minor earthquake there. Then off of Java here, just off the northwest side of Java here, 2 earthquakes. This is a 3.2 earthquake there. One more here. This is a 2.9, 3.0. I'm not going to belabor you to show you all the earthquakes, but there are a bunch of them. Look at all these earthquakes over in Java, Indonesia. Central Java, Eastern Java, and even further to east of there. Look at all these earthquakes. Like I said, there are 51 earthquakes in Indonesia today. They're hardly showing nothing. They're hardly showing nothing. I showed you that 5.0 off the northern shore of Sumatra. That's all they show. Incredible. This is what I call inept conduct. Inept conduct. The major seismic agency of the world, headquartered in the United States, and they don't show 51 earthquakes. What's this world coming to? USGS says there's 203 earthquakes worldwide. Guess what? On the average, every day, there are 652 earthquakes around the world. 1,652 earthquakes around the world. And they don't show earthquakes like this. What gives? What gives? Then we come over here to southeastern Australia. Southeastern Australia. This is a 2.6 earthquake right there. 2.6 earthquake near or just south of Melbourne, Australia. Minor earthquake. Minor earthquake. Interesting. Let's go further north. Right up here. This is a 4.4 earthquake that they are showing over here in Papua New Guinea. 4.4 earthquake in Papua New Guinea. EMSC is also showing that. Just to the east of there, another earthquake. This time, USGS is showing this. This is a 5.3 earthquake here in Papua New Guinea. 5.3 earthquake here offshore from Papua New Guinea. This is 43 miles southwest of Panguna, Papua New Guinea. Now, this is out in the ocean waters of the Pacific Ocean. I don't believe that this earthquake was felt on land. I could be wrong. This is 43 miles southwest of Panguna, Papua New Guinea. I believe the ocean waters have absorbed the shock waves of this quake. A large quake here. Okay, let's go further south. Down here in New Zealand, lots of quakes, lots and lots of quakes. But again, USGS doesn't show any of them. Not a one. What a joke. What a cotton picking joke this is. And I mean that very strictly. On the South Island here, the northwest side of the South Island, we have a 2.48 minor earthquake. All these earthquakes on the South Island are minor earthquakes. South of this, we have a 2.64, then a 2.3. Then we go down to the southern southwest side here. We have a 2.85 and a 3.1. 2.85 and a 3.1 small quake there. And another one down south, offshore. This is in the Southland region offshore of New Zealand. This is a 3.2 minor small earthquake here. 3.2 small earthquake here off the South Island of New Zealand. But there are more earthquakes. More earthquakes. On the North Island. On the North Island here, look at this. Right between the North and South Island, we have 4 earthquakes. 4 earthquakes. Let's take a look at that. This is in the Cook Strait. These, right there. This water here between the North and South Island is called the Cook Strait. This is a 2.27. 2.27 minor earthquake. We have 3 other earthquakes here. We're going from the north to the south. We have a 3.0, a 2.22, and another 2.37 in the Cook Strait. On the North Island. Okay? On the North Island, guys. 8 earthquakes here. 8 earthquakes here. Let's go from the southeast to the northwest here. This is a 2.84 near Hawke's Bay. 2.84 near Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. Okay, let's go north. Okay. Just northwest of the volcano. Just barely northwest of Topo Lake. Topo volcano here, guys. Topo Lake is Topo volcano. Just northwest of Topo volcano is a 2.53 earthquake there. West of the volcano here is a 2.5. That's a 2.5 earthquake west of the volcano. Okay. Let's go north of the volcano. I want you to see where these earthquakes are at. This earthquake that I'm speaking about now, it's back out here. See this earthquake fault that comes out of Fiji here? Going all the way down here into New Zealand there. The following earthquakes are on that fault zone over here in Western New Zealand. This is a 2.43 earthquake there. Just to the east of there, we have a 2.32. Just north of there, we have another 2.38 minor earthquakes. Then on the west side of the fault line, okay, west side of the fault line, we have another 2.73. 2.73 earthquake right there. Why am I talking about all these earthquakes? They're just minor earthquakes in New Zealand. Because people need to know about it. We have quite a few people from New Zealand that watch this program. I want to make sure they know what's going on. Over here into the Bay of Plenty here. Again, this is on the fault line. On the fault line coming out of Fiji here. This is a 2.34 earthquake there. Just barely north of there. Just give me a second. This is a 4.0 earthquake there. Over here, also on the fault line, is another 2.45 minor earthquake. Okay. New Zealand. Then we go further to the east. Okay. This is over on the fault line coming out of, let me back this map out here so I can show you this. This next earthquake I'm going to show you is way far north of Gisborne, Australia. This is on the Tongan Plate. This is a 3.0 earthquake there. From there, we go back to the Fiji Plate, right there, in the Kermadec Islands, the Kermadec Island region. This is a 2.62 earthquake here, minor earthquake. North of that 2.62 is a 3.34. 3.34 earthquake there. Kermadec Islands, guys. That's where that's at. Then we go further north. South, actually, this is also the northern part of the Kermadec Islands. Okay, coming out of Fiji on the fault. This is a 3.8 earthquake north of the Kermadec Islands here. Then we go north. Okay. Also in the Kermadec Islands here, northern Kermadec Islands, we have a 5.1 large earthquake there. 5.1 large earthquake. Okay. Then we come up here to Tonga and Fiji. They show no earthquakes at all. They don't show any earthquakes at all. The USGS doesn't show any one of these earthquakes, even this large 5.1 right there. The USBS doesn't show any of these earthquakes, including a large 5.1 earthquake. That's not acceptable. When they don't identify large earthquakes, I have a problem with it. Deep Quake Paul's here. Thank you, Deep Quake Paul. He just gave members of our program here, they're watching this program, memberships to our community here. We have a EMA family here of memberships. He gave 5 memberships here. These are 30-day memberships to Virginia, Spring Weather here, Julie Russell, The Carly Show, and Little Bear. Those and Silver Dance. Guys, if you have received a membership here to our program, please thank Deep Quake Paul. Please thank Deep Quake Paul. This is awesome of Deep Quake Paul to do this. Thank you, Deep Quake Paul. You're awesome. We appreciate you a lot. Okay? Incredible. They literally not showing large earthquakes here.
Location, Northern Alaska, class, light, magnitude, 4.1, 4 minutes ago.
4.1 in Northern Alaska 4 minutes ago. Okay? They are showing one earthquake here in Myanmar. This is a 4.7 earthquake here. Okay? Again, from Myanmar all the way over here into the border of Myanmar and in India here, going all the way over here to Japan, all the way down here into Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, all this area here, including Australia and Indonesia and Papua New Guinea and Vanuatu, Solomon Islands. This whole area here, guys, is a huge subduction zone. 7 different tectonic plates are moving in this region. That's why we have so many earthquakes. My question again is why USBS decides not to show 51 earthquakes in Indonesia? And also, why did they not show 22 earthquakes here in New Zealand? Why not? That's 75 earthquakes alone that they're not showing. 75 earthquakes here that they're not showing. Why not? Let's go over here to South America. Here in South America, they are only showing a handful of earthquakes, 3 earthquakes here. Over here in north central Chile here, another 5.2 large earthquake here near Vallenar, Chile. 5.2 large earthquake. Northwest of there, at the border of Argentina and Chile, a 4.2 earthquake. They're hardly showing anything going on here. This is a joke, it really is. This is not funny though. This is not a funny joke at all. There are also 51 earthquakes here in South America. 51 earthquakes between Chile, Argentina, Peru, and Colombia. 51 earthquakes. They are showing 3. They're showing 3. They're showing a 5.5 very large earthquake that hit Jordan, Colombia today. 5.5 very dangerous earthquake hit in Jordan, Colombia today. They're showing that. Why did they not show the other 5.2? Why not? Why not? Down south here, and I'm not going to show all the earthquakes here, but I am going to point out that there are other earthquakes here. Offshore of central Chile, near Biobío, Chile. This is a 3.2 earthquake here. 3.2 earthquake there.
Earthquake upgraded to 4.3 from 4.1. Location, Northern Alaska. Class, light, 7 minutes ago.
You heard it. Another earthquake over in northeastern Alaska 5 minutes ago. This 3.2 off of Biobío, Chile is not the only one. There's also a 3.9, 4.0 right there. Right there. Going up towards the north again. 4 more earthquakes here offshore. There's a 3.4, there's a 2.5, a 3.8, and another 3.8 right there. Yes, there's small earthquakes, but those small earthquakes lead to larger earthquakes, especially here in Chile and Argentina. They always do that. Always do that. Look what's happening here in northern Chile right there. Northern Chile. All kinds of earthquakes here. Look here. Atacama, Chile. This is another large earthquake that they're not showing here. 5.2 in Atacama, Chile right there. Sad. Very sad. This is a 2.7 there. 2.7 there. All kinds of earthquakes here in northern Chile that they're not talking about. All kinds of them. Now, I want to show you these other earthquakes. Look at this. More earthquakes there. Okay. Going from south to north here. South to north. 4 more earthquakes right there. Okay. This is Jujuy province, Argentina, at the border of Chile and Argentina. North to south here. Another 3.1. 3.1, 2.9, 3.0, and another 3.2 right there. Small earthquakes here in northern Colombia, northern Chile, I should say, northern Chile. Over here on the border here, this is another earthquake fault here, northern Chile here. Okay, this is a 3.0 earthquake there. North of there, south to north here. 3.1. And this is Tarapaca, Chile here. 3.1, 2.7, and then offshore another 3.0. Crazy, huh? At the border of Peru and Chile, a 2.8 earthquake there. Okay. Going over into Peru.
Earthquake upgraded to 4.6 from 4.3. Location, Northern Alaska. Class, light, 11 minutes ago.
4.6 was upgraded from 4.3 in Alaska. Not surprising. Offshore of central Chile, or central Peru, I'm sorry. Offshore from central Peru. Guys, you can't make this up. 3.6 earthquake there. 3.6 earthquake just offshore there. Then we go over to northern Colombia here. Let's go bring this map further south here so we can show northern Colombia right there. Again, they're showing a 5.5 earthquake. That's what the European agency is also saying. 5.5 earthquake. Let's show you here what the Europeans are saying we have. Because obviously the USGS doesn't care. We have a small cache of earthquakes here near Isinotu, Colombia. 3.6 earthquake there. Going to the north and west, 2.8 and a 2.4. 3.6, 2.8, and 2.4 earthquakes there. Not done. Offshore, Punto Fijo, Colombia. 2.6 earthquake right there. Okay. All kinds of earthquakes over here in South America. They're not showing but 3 earthquakes. They're not showing but 3 earthquakes here. 42 earthquakes over here in Central America. 42 earthquakes here in Central America. 14 of those earthquakes are over here in Costa Rica. 14 of these earthquakes are in Costa Rica. Insane. Also Honduras, Nicaragua, and El Salvador, and Guatemala. Insane. Then we go over here to southern Mexico again. Guys, we have 53 earthquakes here in southern Mexico. 53 earthquakes from Puerto Vallarta here, all the way down here to Oaxaca, Mexico here. 53 earthquakes. They're not showing 1 earthquake. Now, what is fortunate here? We don't have 1 single 4.0 or greater earthquake. We don't have even 1 4.0 or large earthquake. All of the earthquakes here in southern Mexico are small earthquakes. 3.0, 3.9 small earthquakes here. That's all they are. But as I pointed out to you before, there's something else here that I believe you need to see. Over here in southern Mexico, We're here in southern Mexico, right about in here. We have another volcano. And guess what? We have 5 earthquakes at the volcano. 5 earthquakes at the volcano. Now, these are just minor earthquakes. These are minor quakes here, okay? From the north side of the crater rim, we have a 1.9, 2.0, 2.4, 1.9, 2.0 earthquake, then a 2.4 earthquake there. Okay? Right next to it, a 2.7 minor earthquake. Then in the crater itself, 2.9, 3.0 earthquake there. On the crater rim to the south, this is a 2.8 earthquake there. Now, guys, USGS is not showing this. Why not? This is at a volcano. When this volcano was moving in such a great way, 20 plus earthquakes, they only showed it once. They only showed that volcano once. Now they're not showing it at all. Every day this volcano is getting hit. Every day. Why are they not showing it? It's a volcano. It could go. It's moving every day. Every day. But they're not showing it. Look at all these earthquakes in southern Mexico. Every one of these earthquakes are a small 3.0, 3.9. 3.0, 3.9 earthquakes here in southern Mexico. That's another 53 earthquakes. So far, that makes 150 earthquakes that they've not shown. Over 150 earthquakes they've not shown. Actually, it's more. It's like 200 earthquakes between South America, southern Mexico, Central America, and all the way down to the south in New Zealand, Australia, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea. 200 earthquakes are not showing. Why not? Why not? You'd think they'd be encouraged to show them. They're only showing 201 earthquakes right now on the map. So far, I've shown you close to 250 earthquakes that they're not showing. We're going to go over here to the new manifold in a minute. All kinds of earthquakes on the new manifold, and they're not showing one. They are not even showing one earthquake here. There are minor tremors. There are 2.0 to 2.9 earthquakes here. There are also 3.0, 3.5 earthquakes.
4.9 from 4.6 location, Northern Alaska, class, light, 18 minutes ago.
Before I get to New Madrid, let's go take a look at Alaska here. We've had numerous earthquakes here in Alaska in the past several minutes. This is a 4.2 earthquake just now. Just now they've shown 4.9, 5.0. They've shown 4.9, 5.0 in the same area, and they're not even showing the 4.9, 5.0 here in Alaska today. That's sad. These two earthquakes, guys, these two earthquakes by themselves are in the Arctic Circle. They're in the Arctic Circle, guys. We don't often see earthquakes in the Arctic Circle, and we're seeing them now. Seeing them now. southwestern or southeastern Alaska. Southeastern Alaska, look at the earthquakes here. Southeastern Alaska right there. Look at the earthquakes keep happening here. Okay? This earthquake right here. This is a 4.3 earthquake. This is a 4.7. This is a 4.0 moderate earthquake. All these fours, 4.0, 4.9, are moderate earthquakes. Moderate earthquakes. This one here to the southeast, or southwest. This is a 2.5 minor earthquake here. Out here to the east. 2.5 earthquake here. This is a 3.3 small earthquake there. This is a 3.1. This is a 2.6. This is a 2.7. This is a 3.7 small quake. Further down here to the south right here. This is a 2.5. Then I'll come over here to the east again. This is a 2.6. This is a 2.7. This earthquake is a 2.6 earthquake there. Excuse me, I'm sorry. This is another 2.6 right here at the roadway here. This is a 2.1 earthquake here. Right here, this is a 1.9, 2.0. This earthquake is 56 miles north of Yakutak, Alaska. This is up near the border with Canada, with the northern Yukon territories of Canada. This area is going to move for a long time. Last Saturday, we had a 7.2 major earthquake here. This whole area is going to move for months, if not years. This whole area is going to move for months, if not years from now. Lots and lots of earthquakes. But again, they're still not showing the 4.9, 5.0 that just hit. Interesting. Interesting. Over here near Anchorage, northwest of Anchorage. This is a 3.1 small quake. North there, a 2.9, 3.0. Right here. This is a 2.4 Skeetna, Alaska. Skeetna, Alaska. This is 1.7 near Susitna, Alaska. 1.7 near Susitna, Alaska. As you can see, they're hardly showing any earthquakes in this area at all. Hardly showing anything at all. There are earthquakes. There are earthquakes, guys. Look at all these earthquakes. Look at all these earthquakes. They're not showing. Why not? Why are they not showing them? Over here in Denali National Park. Right there. North of Denali National Park. 1.6. 1.6. Right here, 1.5. northeast of there, this is a 1.4 tremor. South of Denali here, I showed this to be a 2.4 here. 2.4. We've shown you these earthquakes. Let's go over towards Valdez. Over towards Valdez, Alaska here. This is a 2.5 minor earthquake. This is a 1.7 tremor here. Okay? Out here. Okay? Near the inlet of the Cook Inlet here. This is a 2.0 earthquake here near Happy Valley. 2.0 near Happy Valley, Alaska. Here in the Cook Inlet here. This is a 2.6 earthquake. Then we have a slew of earthquakes here, okay, going out here to the west. This is a 2.5 earthquake here. Further south here, actually, I want to show you these earthquakes here on this map, but I also want to show you what they're not showing you, because the Europeans are showing us a lot of other earthquakes. They're not here. Here's a 1.6 tremor here. Let's go south. This is a 2.5 earthquake right there. 2.5 earthquake there. This is a 1.6 tremor here. This is a 1.6 tremor here. We'll go further south. Actually, these two earthquakes right here, these are actually just barely south of Mount Redoubt volcano. South of Mount Redoubt volcano here. Further south, this is a 2.6 earthquake here. Just south of there, Pedro Bay. East southeast of Pedro Bay. This is a 1.9, 2.0 earthquake there. Crazy. Crazy. They're not showing these earthquakes. That's insane. That's literally insane. Now, I want to go further south to Old Ililama volcano. North of Old Ililama, they are showing an earthquake here. Earthquake right there. This is a 1.6 tremor here. 1.6 tremor is north of Old Ililama volcano. We have two more earthquakes here. This one here. You can see this one on right near the volcano there. This is 1.5 tremor. This is a 0.7 microquake. 0.7 microquake. We come over here to Kodiak Island. This is a 2.4 minor earthquake here. Interesting. Interesting. They do not show any other earthquakes here in the Aleutian Islands at this time. They don't show any other earthquakes in the Aleutian Islands at this time. But my question is why they are not showing the 4.9 they just got through telling us that they had over here in northern Alaska. They're not showing it on the European map, and they're not showing it here on the USGS map either. Why not? I think it's important enough. I think it's important enough they ought to be showing it. Now I want to go over here to Vancouver Island. Good old Vancouver Island. Right offshore, just west of Vancouver Island, in the Cascadia subduction zone region. In the Cascadia subduction zone region on the fault line. This is a 3.94 minor earthquake. 3.94, 4.0 earthquake right there. And they're not showing it on the USGS map. Why not? It's on the fault zone, guys. It's on the Cascadia fault zone. They should be showing this moderate earthquake here. They're not doing it. I have real issues with that. I have big issues with that. Huge issues. In the southern part of the Puget Sound here, right here. I have issues here. Okay. They're showing a 1.4 explosion here. They're showing a 1.4 explosion here near Capucin, Washington. Guess what? This explosion is 2.0 or 0.2 of a mile deep. 0.2 of a mile deep here. Two-tenths of a mile deep. That's interesting. This is really interesting. This happened at 2:45 this afternoon, Eastern Time. This happened at 11:45 Pacific Time. They should be showing this earthquake. It's not an explosion, it's an earthquake. It's an earthquake. It's here in the water, guys. It's here in the water. This is an earthquake, a tremor, not an explosion at all. This is what I talk about. This is exactly why I talk about it. It's not an explosion on the water. 0.2 of a mile deep, it's a tremor. It's a tremor near the southern part of the Puget Sound. We go north here. Okay. This is a 1.4 tremor near Snohomish, Washington. Snohomish, Washington. I want to talk to you about what's happening here in Snohomish, Washington. I think it's necessary. One of our own family members over here in Washington State put up a message in Messenger chat about what happened. Let me tell you about this. Just a second. I want to show you this. This is going to blow your minds. It's not just tremors that we have to worry about here in the Pacific Northwest. We talk about earthquakes a lot. Let me show you what's actually going on here. There has been so much rain here. There's been so much rain here, guys. They've got a problem here. They have a real issue here. There's been so much rain here, it's knocked off trees, knocked over trees here. The trees have ended up here in the river. They're creating a log jam in the river. This is near Eagle Falls. And the river is still expected to rise even higher, a few feet higher than it is now. They've had a real Pacific downpour. Snohomish River has risen. It's pretty bad. It's very bad. It's very, very bad. Now, Julia said that US2 is closed east of Index. Milepost 35 to Coles Corner, milepost 85, west of Leavenworth, due to rocks, trees, and mud over the roadway in multiple locations. There was no detour available and no estimated time for reopening. Use an alternate route if possible. Roads are dangerous heading west and several mudslides on Stevens and get to Snohomish roads. Closed. Closed, guys. The river was on the highway. Head back home and ran across this accident that just happened on 207. Right there. An accident on 207. A tree washed over the road and was cleared to the center line. And this guy took it through the windshield. This guy took it through the windshield here. He was already online with 911 when I approached him. I stayed by his side until paramedics and fire department were on scene. He's lucky to be alive. 4 feet of tree was in the cab. 4 feet of tree was in the cab. Let's take this out. 4 feet of tree was in the cab with him. He's lucky to be alive. There's a man in the tree. There's the windshield. The man's got a laceration on the right side of his head right there. He got lucky. He got very lucky. Look at this tree that went down over the roadway here. Look at what the log jam did to this highway. If I'm not mistaken, this is Highway 202 there. Because of that huge log jam and the river overflowing there, it's caused this log jam to go over the roadway. That's a problem. That's more of the same there. More mud, more trees here. That's what's happened there. The river overflowed because of the rain and weather conditions there. All kinds of trees. They don't even have a comment about how many trees, But all kinds of trees ended up in the river I showed you, and because of the log jam, the trees went up and over the road, and one tree went through the cab of this man's truck, slightly injuring him. He's lucky. This is an emergency in Washington State. This is very much an emergency in Washington State, guys. Insane. That's insane. I want to thank Julie for putting this up for us so I could show you what happened. Throughout our time that we've been on the air, not just today, but in past years, we keep seeing incidents like this all the time. I want to show you this as well. Look what the log jam did here. Look what the log jam did here, guys. Completely covering the road. One SUV is off on top of the logs here. One SUV is off on top of the logs here. Crazy. Insane. Here's another picture here. Washington is in real trouble. They're expecting more rain. A lot more rain. This is a storm. It's huge. This storm is huge, guys. For those of you in Washington, literally, if you don't have to be out in this, don't do it. Stay home. Stay home. You'll be better off by staying home. Okay? The roads are jam-packed. Okay? The roads are overflowing with mud, water, and logs. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. It's bad. And this storm is going to get worse. This storm is moving eastbound. Southern Vancouver, Washington, or I should say Washington, southern Vancouver, British Columbia, going through Alberta, Washington State, Idaho, Montana and Wyoming, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Canada, Ontario, Canada, North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, parts of northern Oklahoma, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, possibly even northern Arkansas, Missouri, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee area, Washington area, Virginia, West Virginia, the mountains of North Carolina, mountains of Western North Carolina, New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, over here in Nova Scotia. This storm is going to get you guys. This storm is going to get you. By this time, by the weekend, This storm will be on the East Coast or very close to it. There's going to be snow, blowing snow, and blizzard conditions. Renee Stevie yesterday, before we got off the air, put out many blizzard warnings. From today at 10 a.m. today through 10 a.m. tomorrow for blizzard conditions in the northern tier of states, especially here on the East Coast. You guys need to be very aware of what's going on. You guys are right in the path of the storm. Please be aware of it. Please be aware of it. Like I said last night, I gave you information on what you need to do if you have to travel. How you need to pack your truck or car. Emergency preparedness kit for your car. Blankets, jackets and gloves and hats for everyone with a car. Food and water. Tools. First aid kit for your car. You may need to have kitty litter or even sand or wood chips to put on the road to gain traction if you get stuck. Sand, if you have a 50 to 100 pound sandbag, put it in the back of your car or truck. That way, one, you can have that sand for traction. Wait for traction. It might help you. But like I said, if you don't have to be on the road, don't do it. The storm that Renee Steffi was talking about on the East Coast and the Midwest here, guess what? You guys are right smack dab in the middle of it right now. Like I said, if you don't have to go out, don't do it. Don't do it. Now, guys, I'm going right now to talk to you about what is happening on the New Madrid Fault. USGS is not showing any earthquakes here on the fault at all. There are earthquakes, there are tremors, there are minor earthquakes all over the fault zone. Actually, things have actually gotten a lot better than they have been in previous days. They've gotten a lot better. Instead of small quakes, 3.0, 3.9, and 4.0, 4.5, we have minor tremors and only a handful of 3.0 earthquakes on the New Madrid Fault. Let's show you those right now. Right here, right now. Let me take down the USGS map here. You need to get it. We need to get away with that. Okay. Let's talk to you about the New Madrid Fault, guys. This is Catfish Pond, Arkansas. I'm going alphabetically. This is Catfish Pond, Arkansas today. This morning. Now you might wonder why some times are missing here. I'm wondering the same thing. This particular seismograph starts off at midnight, and it usually goes until 12 noon every day. They turned this seismograph off after 9:45 this morning. They turned the seismograph off after 9:45 this morning. They turned most of these seismographs off after 9:45 this morning. I'm going to ask you why. Why did they do it? Here at Catfish Pond, from midnight until approximately, I want to say 7:15 this morning, we had tremors, 1.0 to 1.6, 1.7 tremors. Then, what happened? What happened? 7:37 this morning. Actually, 7:36 this morning. They're not showing the full earthquake here. They're not showing the full earthquake here on the lower side of it. This is a 3.0 earthquake here. Catfish Pond, Arkansas. This is on the earthquake fault. This is on
Northwestern Kashmir, class, light, magnitude, 4.2, 6 minutes ago.
4.2 in Kashmir, India, 4 minutes ago. This is a 3.0 earthquake here in Arkansas, right on top of the fault. Prior to that, this is approximately 7:11 a.m. this morning. 2.5, 2.6 earthquake. On this red line here, these are tremors this morning. These are tremors just after 7:43 this morning. 7:43, 7:44 this morning. Actually, 7:28. I'm sorry, that wasn't right. 7:44. This is 7:27, 7:28 this morning. Tremors here. Now, guys, again, they haven't been honest with us at all. They show a bunch of tremors after that. But what happened after 9:45 this morning? The other question is this. What happened to the other 45 minutes of time between 12 noon and 12:45? Why did they shut it down? What are they not showing us here? There is seismic activity here. All kinds of seismic activity. They're not showing us. Even after 12:45 this afternoon, we're seeing 2.5, 2.6, 2.7 earthquakes here. The rest of the afternoon, all we have here are tremors. Tremors here. Catfish Pond, Arkansas. Let's go south to Hatachikoon, Arkansas. Hatachikoon, Arkansas, we've seen 3.0 earthquakes here in Hatachikoon before. All we are seeing here today are tremors here. Hatachikoon, Arkansas. Again, we are not given almost 3 hours of time period. 3 hours of time period from 9:45 this morning until 12:45 this afternoon. What happened here? Inquiring minds want to know. This is what happened here after 12:45 this afternoon. Okay? We go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now we are at 12:51 this afternoon. 12:51 this afternoon, we have 3.0, 3.2 earthquakes right here. We come across to the right-hand side of the diagram here. Now we are at 12:50, say 12:56, 12:57 this afternoon. 12:56, 12:57 this afternoon. 3.0 earthquakes here again. Then we have tremors until we get to 2:17 this afternoon. 2:17 this afternoon. 2.4, 2.5 earthquakes here. 2.4, 2.5 earthquakes here. Hatachikoon, Arkansas. This is on the western side of the New Madrid Fault. About 50, 67, I would say 50, 60 miles to the west of the fault line. Hatachikoon, Arkansas. Last week I showed you the diagram here. We had probably 10 3.0 and large earthquakes here last week when I showed this. Hatachikoon's got hit. Mark Tree, Arkansas. Look what we're showing you here. Here we have long-term tremors and earthquakes. Long-term tremors and earthquakes. Here at Mark Tree, Arkansas, guys, we usually have 6 or 8 3.0 large earthquakes here. That's not the case today. Not the case today at all. Over here after 2:55 a.m. this morning, we have a 3.0, 3.1 earthquake, but prior to that, we had tremors and we had minor earthquakes leading up to the 3.0, 3.1 earthquake. Then after that, we have a secondary quake, secondary wave. Anything after the primary wave earthquake, that's considered the secondary quake out to the right, secondary wave. That secondary wave lasted 1, 2, 3, 4 full minutes. 4 full minutes. That means this 3.1 was probably a 3.5 earthquake here. They're hardly showing any other activity at all, but tremors. Long duration tremor activity building up to minor earthquakes. 2.0, 2.5 earthquakes here. Then down here, later this morning. Let me enlarge it so you can see it. Okay. This earthquake here started after 8:15 this morning on the red line. On the red line, we have 1.9 tremors building up to 2.0, 2.4 earthquakes. Then we get here to 3.0 earthquakes, and then we had 2.5 minutes of 3.0 earthquakes here. 2.5 minutes of 3.0 earthquakes. Now it looks to me they cut off the top and the bottom of this sequence here. That's typically what they do so they don't have to show what's actually going on. 2 to 3 minutes of 3.0 activity. Then we have a secondary wave that lasts about a minute and a half. Then over here to the right, the tremors build up to 2.0 earthquakes again. Maybe a maximum of 2.5 here in the middle. Then dies off here, a secondary wave. Mark Tree, Arkansas is known for its 3.0 earthquakes here. 3.0, 3.5 earthquakes here in Mark Tree, Arkansas, usually. But again, after 9:45 this morning, they turned the seismograph off. Again, I'm asking why. I'm asking why. Mark Tree, Arkansas this afternoon. 45 minutes from 12 noon to 12:45, they show nothing. Then we have tremors here. Lots and lots of tremors. After 2 p.m., we have a tremor increase, a slight tremor increase. After 2:15, the same thing, building up to maybe 1.9 tremors for several minutes. Again, at Mark Tree, Arkansas, we usually see anywhere from 8 to 10 3.0 earthquakes every day. Every day. Today, we're not seeing it. And here we have nearly 3.5, 4 hours of time period where they shut off the seismograph. Why? Why? Let's go up to north central Arkansas. North central Arkansas, about 100, 150 miles west of the fault. Ozark Folk Center here. Every day is the same thing. When we begin this, when they turn on the seismograph here, we start off at 12 midnight. Then during the morning hours, it builds up. Not today. It starts off with earthquakes now late morning. Earthquakes late morning here. I enlarge this so you can see what I'm talking about. After 8:02 this morning, 8:02, 8:03 this morning, we had 3.0 earthquakes here. 3.0 earthquakes here. Prior to that, 7:46 a.m. this morning, another 3.0 earthquake. After that, 7:57, 2.5, 2.6 earthquake. As I said, here at 7:02, 7:03, we had 3.0 earthquakes. Then we come over here on the red line just below that. On the left-hand side here, just before 7:01, or 7:16, I should say, 7:16, this is another 3.0 earthquake. Then we come across here to 7:21 on the red line. Another 3.0 earthquake. We come over here to the right. 7:27, 7:29, 7:28, 7:29 this morning. 2.8, 2.9. It's two of them. 2.8, 2.9 earthquakes. Let's come back across here. 7:45 on the green line on the left. Yes, we have some earthquake activity, possibly even as high as 2.5, 2.6 earthquakes. We have all kinds of tremors here. All kinds of tremors, maybe 2.0, 2.3 earthquakes going across here on the green line. We come over here to We come over here to 6:16, 6:15, 6:16 this morning. Some more 3.0 earthquakes. After that, all we have is tremors here. All we have is tremors here after that. In this particular case, they did not turn off the seismograph as they have done in these previous areas. They've not turned off the seismograph as they've done in these other areas, these other cities. Let's look at Ozark Folk Center this afternoon. Look what happened here. Just as we've shown you before at Ozark Folk Center, earthquakes keep coming. On the blue line after 12:30, 12:30 is on the left. We come over here on the blue line, you see another 3.0 earthquake. That 3.0 earthquake happened at approximately 12:38 this afternoon. 12:38 this afternoon. Then more tremor activity after that. We drop down here to 12:45. 3.0 earthquake right before 12:46. We come over 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes later. Another 3.0 earthquake. This time at 12:51. Then we have tremors. We come down here to 1:28 this afternoon. A 2.9, 2.7, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9 earthquake here. 2.8, 2.9 earthquake. We come down here to 2, let's see here, hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is at 2:51 p.m. this afternoon. 2.8, 2.9 earthquake. Could have been a 3.0. Ozark Folk Center gets hit with 3.0s all the time. We're seeing it here this afternoon, but not so lucky this morning. Only a handful this morning. Ozark Folk Center is getting hit as well, but not right on the fault line. This is on the west side of the fault line. west side of the fault line. There's more. There's more. I showed you Marktree, Arkansas a few minutes ago. Let's go south of Marktree to Truman. Truman, Arkansas, right here. Usually Truman, Arkansas has some 3.0s and minor 2.0s to 2.9 earthquakes. Guess what? Yes, we have some long duration tremor activity here. Down here at 9:45 on the left-hand side, tremors, tiny tremors. Even going over here to 9:55 this morning, tremors building into 2.2, 2.4 earthquakes. That's all. We've seen 3.0 earthquakes here all the time. We've seen minor earthquakes here all the time. Not today. Like I said, things have calmed down here on the fault line itself. They've calmed down. Let me show you Truman, Arkansas this afternoon. The same thing's the case. Long duration tremor activity. Up here at the top. Here, Truman, Arkansas, the seismograph got cut off at 9:45 this morning. Didn't get turned on to 12:45 this afternoon. Then at 12:45, we see what I believe is a 2.6, 2.7 earthquake. What happened to nearly 3 hours of seismic activity? They cut it off. Why did they cut it off? Why didn't they want to show us what's going on? This is the first, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first time they've not shown us exactly what's going on. They cut off the seismograph at all 3 hours. 3 hours of time that they're not showing us. Why not? Why not? I don't think we'll get answers to that. I honestly don't think so. We go south of Tyronza, Arkansas. The same thing is the case in Tyronza. All we have after midnight is tremors. Tremors. We come down here to approximately 8:53 this morning on the green line. Here you see about a 2.7, 2.8 earthquake. Then after 9:45, nothing. Not a thing. They shut it down. They showed us one minor earthquake. Then they shut it down. Tyronza, Arkansas this afternoon. Again, they did not turn on the seismograph until 12:45. Then over here at 1:24 this afternoon, a 3.0 earthquake. 1:24 this afternoon, 3.0 earthquake. Then we have a bunch more tremors here. Guys, we've seen 2.8, 2.9, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5 earthquakes here in Tyronza forever. They're not showing it to us. Either they turn down the seismograph and then turn it off, or they turn it off when earthquakes start happening, so they don't have to explain themselves again. This is typical behavior with the agencies. This is very typical behavior we see with the agencies. They don't want to show us exactly what's happening. I want to take you back up to Decatur, Illinois. Decatur, Illinois. Last week, it didn't show hardly anything going on here in Decatur. Look what's happening here. Literally all morning long. All morning long. We had tremors and minor earthquakes. Tremors and minor earthquakes. Now, we may have also seen some 3.0 earthquakes here in Decatur, Illinois. This is the northern part of the Pneumatic Fault. This is the northern part of the Pneumatic Fault, guys. Last week, it hardly showed anything going on. This week, it's back to what it was the week before. Unreal. We have tremors. We have 2.0, 2.9s. We've got 3.0s, maybe the 3.5s on the bottom here, on the green line. That's what's going on here. Then we go over here to this afternoon, the same thing's going on. Look at this. Up on the top line, we have 12 noon on the left-hand side. All kinds of 2.0 earthquakes all during that first 15-minute period on the black line. From 12 noon to 12:15. 12:15 on, the same thing. 2.0s, 2.5s, 2.6s, and down here at the bottom on the green line, This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 45 on the green line on the left-hand side. We come over here to 447, 446, 2.5, 2.7 earthquake. We come over here to approximately 451. Now we have another 2.8, 2.9 earthquake. On the blue line before that, look at all these earthquakes here. These are all minor earthquakes here. Minor earthquakes and tremors. Decatur, Illinois, guys. 2 weeks ago, we had the same thing. Last week, things calmed down. Didn't show anything. Now this week, it's back up. It's back up. This is the northern part of the Pneumatic Fault, guys. The Pneumatic Fault is moving. And it's moving in a big way. A big way. I briefly want to show you a seismogram from Stronghurst, Illinois. Here in Stronghurst, we're not seeing anything but tremors. This is all tremor activity here. In the past, we've had minor earthquakes here, 2.0 to 2.9 earthquakes here in Stronghurst, Illinois. Stronghurst, Illinois this afternoon. Again, we have tremors, all kinds of tremors here. Then we come over here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2:35 this afternoon. We have a 2.6, 2.7 earthquake. Then down here the line, 1.8, 1.9 tremor. We have a long duration tremor activity here. Stronghurst, Illinois, we have tremors here as well. Again, this is on the northern part of the Pneumatic Fault here. Movement. I believe the Pneumatic Fault is alive and well. I've shown you Arkansas. I've shown you Illinois. Let's go over to Missouri. Barker Cemetery, Missouri. Right here. Usually we see more earthquake activity than this. Okay? All we are showing here is later this afternoon we have some minor tremor activity. 4 minor earthquakes. Usually we see all morning long we have tremors and minor earthquakes. This is nothing. This is literally nothing here in Barker Cemetery. As I said, I'm surprised at the lack of activity here in Barker Cemetery and elsewhere. This is Barker Cemetery this afternoon. This afternoon, we're seeing more earthquake activity, but again, it's less activity than we've seen in the past. Again, the last 2 hours, 2.5 hours of activity in the morning area were cut off. Again, we're not seeing any activity here in the afternoon until 12:45. After 12:48, we see a 2.3, 2.4 earthquake. Then we come across a seismogram on the green line here. Suddenly over here, we're at 2:55 this afternoon. 2.6, 2.7 earthquakes. 2.8 earthquakes after that. Okay. Then we come down to this red line on the right-hand side. Now we are at 2:29 p.m. this afternoon. 2.8, 2.9 earthquake. On the black line here, this is after 3 p.m. this afternoon. 3:10, 3:11 this afternoon, we have a 1.9 tremor here. That's all. Usually at Barker Cemetery, we have minor earthquakes all day and all afternoon, and a handful of 3.0 earthquakes as of late. As I said, today the new Madrid earthquake fault has not moved as much as it has in the past. Okay, just hasn't. Cape Girardeau, Missouri, look at this. We probably have over 100 tremors here at Cape Girardeau. Over 100 tremors here at Cape Girardeau today. This is typical. We typically see Cape Girardeau just like this all day long. Let's go over to Guam, Missouri. Guam, Missouri, we see tremors all the time. We see long duration tremor activity all the time, but lately we've seen 3.0 earthquake activity as well. Up here at the top, over on the left-hand side is 12:30 this morning. Over here we are at 12:40 a.m. this morning. 2.6, 2.7 earthquake. And then long duration tremor earthquakes here. We jump down to after 2 a.m. this morning. More long duration tremor activity. We go down here to 4 a.m. on the black line. The previous black line was 3 a.m. This is 4 a.m. on the black line. We start off at 4 a.m. on the black line with tremors. More tremors until approximately 1:45, or I'm saying 4:45, excuse me, not 4:45, 4:42, 4:43 this morning. Then we have build up what looks to appear to be a 2.9, 3.0 earthquake here. The seismic activity here lasts about a minute, 60 seconds, then dies off. Then more tremor activity, long duration tremor activity here. Then down here later this morning on this blue line. Okay, 8:30 on the left-hand side. All the way over here, we are at 8:41. Tremor activity building up to 2.0 earthquake. Then reducing itself again. What happened after the 9:45 this morning? Cut off again. Cut off again. Why did USGS and the other agencies cut these seismographs off? Why? This is an important question, why they did it. Why did they do it? Guam, Missouri this afternoon. Again, they don't show anything here until 12:45 again. Over on the right side at 12:55 or 12:57, 12:58, 12:59, we see tremor activity. That continues over here at 1 this afternoon. Then we have some long duration term activity until approximately 3 this afternoon. 3:02 this afternoon, we have some 1.8, 1.9 tremors, possibly 1.0 or 2.0 earthquakes. Then upwards of 2.5, 2.6 earthquakes here. Then tremors again. This has never happened before. Guam, Missouri has minor earthquakes and 3.0 earthquakes all the time. Not today. Like I said, I think things went to sleep, or the agency heads went to sleep themselves because the seismographs have been cut off. The seismographs themselves have been shut off themselves. Portisville, Missouri. Portisville, Missouri, we only have one 3.0 earthquake here. Usually at Portisville, Missouri, we have multiple 3.0 earthquakes all day long. Not today. All the rest of this activity is all tremors. All but tremors here. This afternoon, Portisville, Missouri, after 2:44 this afternoon. We had some tremors. We had some 2.6, 2.7 earthquakes, upwards of 2.8, 2.9, and that's it. Nothing else. Unreal. St. John's Bayou usually is busy. St. John's Bayou is really busy, usually. Today, all we have here at St. John's Bayou are tremors. That's all. Nothing more. That's this morning. Again, we're lacking anything after 9:45 this morning until 12 noon this afternoon, right there. Then we have more tremors here. We have more tremors. Nothing more. This is highly unusual. Highly, highly unusual. I'm asking again, USGS, why did you start doing this? This is unheard of. I've been monitoring earthquakes here for years now. I've never seen this kind of behavior before. I've never seen this behavior before here on the Pneumatic Fault. They've done it in other cities. They've done it in other areas. Never here. USGS, what are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide here? We want to know. Wesley's here in the chat says he's been trying to tell everyone to be prepared. It's coming soon. But no one is listening. Very few people listening here. We have 41 people. We had upwards of 50 people about 10 or 15 minutes ago. That's all. 41 people watching it. I know for a fact that YouTube is putting an end to our channel. They're censoring the data on our channel. They're censoring us as a people. We've had upwards of 600 to 700 people on our chat, or not on our chat, but on our channel all day long. Prior to 3 months ago, we had 1,000, 1,500 people on our program, watching it every day. Every day. YouTube has changed the algorithm. They're not allowing people to see our program. Everybody here needs to be prepared, guys. You need to be prepared. The big earthquake here in the Pneumatic Fault is going to happen within the next 2 years. Be assured of that. I believe it's going to happen within the next 2 years. Look close to this seismograph. Besides turning the seismograph off at 9:45 and not turning it back on until 12:45. 3 hours time gone. They also turned it off again between 2:11 and 2:13 this afternoon. 2:11 and 2:13 this afternoon is time period that's missing. 2 minutes. What happened here during this 2 minutes? Did you erase it? Or was this just another turnoff? Inquiring minds want to know. I believe we deserve to know what's going on. They're not being honest with us at all. I want to go over to Tennessee, Western Tennessee, Ridgely, Tennessee, guys. In past months, Ridgely, Tennessee showed us some minor earthquakes. I think they've only shown us one 3.0 earthquake in the last year or so. One. All day long here, guys. All day long here. Ridgely, Tennessee has been busy. Nothing but tremors here, though. Nothing but tremors. And USGS is not even showing tremors at all. USGS is not showing tremors at all here in Tennessee or anywhere else. Ridgely, Tennessee, guys. Ridgely, Tennessee this afternoon, the same thing. Nothing but tremors. On their map, they don't show anything at all. On the map, they would have you think nothing's happening at all. I have shown you minor earthquakes when we've had them. I have shown you 3.0 large earthquakes here today. I believe they're still happening, but we're being censored here. They're not being honest with what's going on here. 2 more places, then we're going to call it a day here. 2 more places. I want to go west to Nacogdoches, Texas, Eastern Texas. Eastern Texas has had earthquakes before. They've had a lot of tremors before. This afternoon, after 2:31 this afternoon, we had some 2.2, 2.4 earthquakes here. Nacogdoches, Texas. After that, all we had were tremors here. Nacogdoches, Texas, Eastern Texas has earthquakes. They don't show it very often. They're only giving us this information now. Well, let's go over Eastern Tennessee now. Eastern Tennessee. Hopper, Tennessee. This is in the Tennessee seismic zone, guys. The Tennessee seismic zone. The southern end of the Eastern Continental Divide. That's what we're looking at. All morning long, you see tremors here. All morning long, you see tremors until 5:40 a.m. this morning. 5:40 a.m. this morning, we see our first 2.8, 2.9 earthquake. Then after that, approximately 8, well, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8:07 a.m., we have a 3.0 earthquake. Hopper, Tennessee. On the blue line below that, 8:30 on the left-hand side, 8:35. We see tremors, we see 2.0 earthquakes, upwards of 2.6, 2.7 earthquakes here today. 8:37. 9 a.m. on the left-hand side on this next black line. We come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes later. 9:07 this morning. 9:07 this morning. We have another 3.0 earthquake here. Then we have a secondary wave up to the right of that 3.0 earthquake. The secondary wave earthquake lasts about a minute and seconds. This was at least a 3.0 earthquake here. Today, Hopper, Tennessee, multiple 3.0 earthquakes here. Eastern Continental Divide. The Eastern Tennessee Seismic Zone. Eastern Tennessee Seismic Zone is moving. We've been showing you more and more earthquakes here the last 2 to 3 weeks. We are going to continue talking about Eastern Tennessee Seismic Zone in the near future. Seismic energy is moving. Now, because of the time element that we're at, we're way out after 2.5 hours now. Tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening, the first thing I'm going to talk about is earthquakes on the East Coast. Earthquakes on the East Coast. Then we're going over to the Pacific Northwest to talk about earthquakes in the Pacific Northwest and Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier. On Friday, we're going to have Emergency Friday, Emergency Preparedness Friday. Be prepared to come here on Friday and take notes. Every Friday, we try to talk more and more about preparedness because we are facing devastation. We're facing major earthquakes. We are facing major snowstorms. We're facing major rain and flooding and violations. That's going to continue happening. Politics is going to heck in the handbasket here in the U.S. and around the world. We need to be prepared for whatever happens. We talk about it here on this channel. I'm asking everybody to get prepared and get prepared now. I do not believe we have much more time. I do not believe we have much more time left. Get prepared and get prepared now. Get prepared and get prepared now. This is up to you. We've warned you. We've shown you the information. Get prepared now. Renee Steffi's put up more winter weather messages here. Blizzard conditions. Blizzard warning. Blizzard warning. December 10th. East Preston, East Tucker, Pennsylvania. East Preston, East Tucker, Pennsylvania. Blizzard warnings until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Be aware of it. Blacksburg, Virginia. Blizzard warning for western Greenbrier County until 10 a.m. tomorrow. Be aware of it, guys. We told you this is happening. That storm's coming from the west and headed east. You guys are going to get hit all weekend long now. From now all throughout the weekend. It's going to happen. We may even see snow here in the North Carolina mountains tonight. We've been warned. We've been warned for the past 3 days it hasn't happened. We'll see what happens tonight. It's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. Temperatures in the mid-plains here in the U.S. are going to go down to zero. 0 Celsius. That's cold. That's really cold, guys. It's going to be cold all over the world, except down south, Australia. They're having summer weather in Australia in the wintertime. Yeah. Demon Catman is putting here in the chat, I'm going to echo this. I pay hundreds of dollars a month for bandwidth to broadcast with. I pay hundreds of dollars a month to broadcast with bandwidth alone, just to keep this program on the air. $253 a month. That doesn't include electricity or anything else. Please, guys, we'd appreciate any donations you can part with. We have a car that's on its last legs. We need to replace some items on the car. Please, guys, I know it's Christmas time. If you can, find it in your heart to bring us money to pay for these incidentals to keep this program in the air. We need you guys. We appreciate you. We love you very much. Lastly, guys, Kathy Payne is here. She says she's making a wood crate for Major Shoes bags. I put a car crate to survive 72 hours. I hope you folks already breathing in the cold. Yeah, it's going to be really bad, guys. Lake effect snow warning. Renee Steffi says a lake effect snow warning for Madison, Onondaga, and Oneida counties, New York. National Weather Service out of Binghamton, New York. Binghamton, New York. You guys are going to get lake effect snow and blizzard conditions. Be aware of it. Be aware of it, guys. It's going to be nasty out there. Guys, you have our PayPal locations scrolling across the bottom of your screen. There you can give us donations. On the bottom here, you also see our email address, rltnspdema@gmail.com. Send us comments, send us criticisms, or things you'd like to see here on our channel, and we'll do that for you. You also see our mailing address, 504 Bethel Road, Box 401, Morganton, North Carolina. The zip code here is 28655. You send us letters and cards. In those letters and cards, you can put checks or cash in those letters and cards and mail that to us before. We've had it done before. We appreciate anything you can do to help us, guys. We really do. In closing, every end of it, almost end of the programs, we give you a devotional here. I'm going now into Luke. I'm going into the New Testament, Luke chapter 6. Chapter 6, verse 36. Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful. Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. Give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, and shaken together, and running over. Shall men give unto your bosom? For with the same measure that ye mete out withal, it shall be measured to you again. And he spake a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into the ditch? The disciple is not above his master, but every one that is perfect shall be his master. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but perceiveth not the mote that is in thine own eye? Either how canst thou say to thy brother, Brother, let me pull out the mote that is in thine eye, when thou beholdest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, cast out the first beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to pull the mote that is in thy brother's eye. For a good tree bringeth forth good fruit. The good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. For every tree is known by his own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor of a bramble bush gather they grapes. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good. And an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh. Then something very important here we all need to remember. I love this scripture, guys. This is important. Luke chapter 6, verse 36 or 46. Luke chapter 6, verse 46. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Who are we? Who are we? Are we in obedience to the commandments of God? That we love other people? That we give of ourselves to other people that need help? We help our own brothers and sisters? Help our neighbors? Help our friends? Help our children? That's what we should be doing. But if we are not obeying the commandments of God to love, we're not obeying the commands at all. Then why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Let's think about who we are. Let's think about where we are. This is a holiday season, as I said before. It's a time of giving, a time of forgiving, a time of rejoicing in the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. No, Jesus Christ was not born in December. It was April. But this is a time we celebrate the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. I was condemned the other day, saying I worship trees. I worship literally things such as packages. I call BS. They said I worship mangers. I don't. But I worship the King, our Savior and Redeemer of the world, the one man, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. May we do that. May we remember who we are and why we're here. Remember our mission here. Remember our mission. To keep the commandments of God and return to our Savior. He laid out the example for us. He sacrificed his life for us. Now is the time we worship him. Remember him. Remember his birth. Worship our Savior. And keep his commandments that he has given us. Let's do that, brothers and sisters. Let's do that. Hurricane Heather, the last chat here was love each day and always love each other. Perfectly said, Hurricane. Perfectly said, Hurricane Heather. We appreciate and love you very much. We love each and every one of you that are here today. May God bless you. May God be with you this day and always. May God be with you to bless and sanctify you, to help you overcome the world. I hope you can. I hope you can. If something else happens tonight, we'll be back on the air to tell you about it as soon as the information becomes available. Until then, we'll be back here tomorrow evening between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. God bless you. God be with you until we meet again. We'll see you on the other side. Good night, everybody. Much love. See you soon. Take care. Good night.
Here at Emergency Management Associates, we're dedicated and true, bringing you the essential knowledge, helping you see things through. From disaster preparedness to navigating recovery's embrace, we're here to guide you in every unpredictable time and place. We break down the complex, make it easy to grasp. inspires us. Your feedback acts as a guiding light, helping us continually grow.